Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's January 8th, 2023 and it's been confirmed that Benjamin Pavard is the chosen one to reinforce the right back position. Also, this could be a very decisive week for the possible signing of Moukoko from Dortmund, and Memphis Depay is not closing the door on a possible exit from Barcelona during this winter transfer market. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and the Barcelona jersey raffle has officially concluded and the winner has been officially chosen. So make sure you check your notification tab on your YouTube page to see whether you are the lucky winner. Now if you didn't win, don't worry, I have many giveaways planned for this year. So hopefully you'll be the winner of the next raffle. Now I'll begin with the news that Barcelona are sitting at the top of the Spanish league, 3 points clear of Real Madrid after defeating Atletico de Madrid 0-1 at the Wanda Metropolitano. Now Barcelona started the match with a 4-4-2 formation as opposed to the usual 4-3-3 formation. And that formation seemed to work at the beginning as Barcelona completely dominated the match for the first 20 minutes. Now we saw Barcelona play with with some flashes of that tiki-taka, which I've been asking for in the past few videos. Because as I've said many times before, when Barcelona usually attack, they don't seem like they have a clear idea or a clear strategy on what to do. We don't see any fast transitions or fast triangulations. All we see is the team moving the ball slowly from one side of the field to the other. Well, yesterday during the first 20 minutes, we saw the total opposite of that. We saw some flashes of that tiki-taka where Barcelona were having some fast transitions, some quick triangulations, which led to Barcelona scoring the first and only goal of the match when Pedri made a brilliant run to the box, then passed the ball to Gabi, who then passed the ball to Ousmane Dembélé, who was able to score the only goal of the match. Now Pedri said that goal was completely Xabi's fault when he said, "Xabi always tells me to get to the box more and shoot, to take risks, to dare more one-on-one. I feel more and more comfortable up there. So the goals is Xabi's fault." Now I'm glad to see that Xabi has been asking Pedri to make more runs to the box because as I've said before, Barcelona depend heavily on their wingers to make deep runs and send crosses to the box, and they need to use their interiors more to make runs to the box in order to unlock the defenses, because if you only depend on your wingers to send crosses into the box, then all the opposing team needs to do is put more defenders in the box and clear those crosses, which we have seen many teams do this successfully against Barcelona. So I'm glad that Barcelona are looking to use their interiors more, and that's exactly what happened yesterday, and Pedri was able to help in that creation of the Barcelona first and only goal of the match. Now, despite the total dominion of Barcelona during the first 20 minutes, Atletico de Madrid began to pressure high, and that's when Barcelona completely lost the control of the match. And for the next 70 minutes, the team suffered as Atletico de Madrid mounted attack after attack and created a chance after chance. And if it wasn't for Mark ter Stegen's brilliant save against Antoine Griezmann and Ronald Araujo's brilliant save when he cleared the ball from the line, that Barcelona could have easily lost this match. Now, one of the reasons why Atletico de Madrid were able to keep up their high press and why Barcelona completely lost control of the match was the midfield. More specifically, Sergio Busquets and Frenkie de Jong, who did not have a good night last night, where they weren't solid defensively and they completely lost control of the midfield. And as a result, Atletico de Madrid were able to continue their high press and they were able to continue creating chances. Now, Sergio Busquets but more specifically Frenkie de Jong also lost the balls in very critical areas, which made things even worse. Now, another disappointing thing about the team is that Barcelona were unable to come out of the high press of Atletico de Madrid, and that's very disappointing for a team as big as Barcelona that's aiming to win the championship, because they should have been able to get out of the high press with a few passes, but instead they were unable to do so because every time they try to begin a sequence of passes, they would lose the ball by making terrible passes or by giving the ball away to the Atletico de Madrid players. Now, one silver lining from yesterday's match is we've seen that Barcelona have an outstanding defense in the name of Ronald Araujo and Andreas Christensen, who along with Mark ter Stegen did an amazing job of denying Atletico de Madrid of scoring any goals. Now it's great to finally see Barcelona have a solid defensive line with Ronald Araujo and Andreas Christensen, and we haven't seen this since the times of Carles Puyol and a young Gerard Piqué. And after so many years of Barcelona always having very weak defenders, we finally have a defense capable of winning championships. Now, one thing that's very ironic is that when Barcelona signed Andreas Christensen from Chelsea and Real Madrid signed Rudiger from Chelsea, all the media were saying that Real Madrid had gotten the better deal because they had signed the best defender on Chelsea, and that Barcelona had gotten ripped off because they had signed the worst defender from Chelsea. But yet, match after match, we're seeing that Barcelona got a great deal when they signed Andreas Christensen because he's showing that he's a world-class center back. Now, just to show how great Andreas Christensen was in yesterday's match, look at his statistics where he had 102 touches, 9 recoveries, 5 clearances, 3 interceptions, 1 shot on target, 100% of aerial duels won, 96% accurate passes, and the most completed passes out of that entire team. Now, despite Barcelona not having the best of matches yesterday, the important thing is that Barcelona were able to take 3 very important points home against a very difficult opponent in a very difficult stadium where Atletico Madrid usually don't lose. Now, in the post-match press conference, Xavi said, "I liked the first half an hour. The game was under control. The goal came from creating a numerical advantage through the middle. These are 3 golden points. We knew how to suffer. It's important to have kept a clean sheet. Without playing that well, we got the 3 points. It was a tough game, but a big win. It's not just 3 points, it's a huge morale boost. I am proud of the team. We have made a statement that we are candidates to win the league." Now, I'm glad to see that even though the team did win, Xavi acknowledges that they didn't play a good match. And Xavi also brings up a very important point, which is that Barcelona knew how to suffer. And that's something very important to be able to do if you want to win championships, because you're not going to be always to be able to control the match and to impose your dominion over your opponent. Sometimes you're going to have matches where your opponent is better than you, and you gotta be able to know how to suffer and to prevent your opponent from scoring goals, and to also be able to take advantages of the very few scoring opportunities you have to convert those into goals. And that's exactly what Real Madrid did last season when they won the Champions League. They didn't win it because they were better than their opponents. It was the total opposite. Real Madrid defeated many opponents that were much better than them, but they knew how to suffer. They knew how to withstand the pressure and not allow their opponents to score. And then they were able to take advantage of the very few scoring opportunities and convert those into goals. And that's how Real Madrid became champions, and they were able to defeat many teams that were much better than them. Now, Barcelona will now travel to Saudi Arabia, where they're gonna play the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup against Real Betis on Thursday. And if Barcelona win that match, they're gonna play against the winner of the match between Real Madrid and Valencia in the Super Cup final that will take place on Sunday, January 15th. And this will be Xavi's first opportunity to win a trophy during this new era. Now, on to the news that is now being confirmed that Benjamin Pavard is the chosen one to reinforce the right back position. Now, as we've been talking about for quite some time, Barcelona are looking to reinforce the right back position, given that the club does not count on Hector Bellerin, who will most likely be leaving the club at the end of the season when his contract expires. And Sergi Roberto is not in a position to be Barcelona's definitive starter. So as such, Barcelona are looking for a player to sign for the right back position. Now, Benjamin Pavard's contract with Bayern Munich will expire in the summer of 2024. But it's reported that the player wants to leave this upcoming summer 2023, even though that he'll still have a 1 year left on his contract. And even though the reasons are not quite clear, the German media are speculating that the relationship between Benjamin Pavard and Bayern Munich's coach Nagelsmann has completely deteriorated, and that's why the French defender wants to leave. Now, Benjamin Pavard has offered himself to Barcelona, and the club are very keen on signing him, given that he is a very versatile defender where he can play both as a right back and as a center back as well. Now, Barcelona have started official communications with the player and his camp, and it's being reported that Barcelona can make this signing for free. So if they can, this would be a great win for the club. who would be signing a world-class defender who has won the World Cup with France and has won a sextuple with Bayern Munich. And for him to come for free, this will be a great sign-in for Barcelona. Now on to the news that this could be a very decisive week for the possible signing of Youssoufa Moukoko. Now Moukoko's contract with Dortmund will expire this summer in 2023. And that's when Barcelona are hoping to sign him, which is when he will become a free agent. Now, Dortmund are keen on extending the contract of Youssoufa Moukoko so they can cash in on the value of their young star. And so far, Moukoko has rejected all the offers that Dortmund have made him. And the German media are saying it's because Dortmund are not willing to pay the big signing bonus that Moukoko is asking for. And even though there is some differences between the salary that Moukoko wants to make and how much Dortmund are willing to pay him, they're saying that that difference can be bridged. Now, Moukoko has denied any of these rumors that he is asking for way more than what Dortmund are offering him. And he has said that he's very thankful for the Bundesliga club and that he knows that if he continues there, he'll be able to continue his growth and development. Now, if Moukoko decides to stay in Dortmund, he wants to negotiate an affordable release clause that Barcelona will be able to pay down the road because Moukoko dreams of playing at the Catalan club. Now, it's being reported that Moukoko will have a meeting with Dortmund during this week in order to negotiate his contract extension. And if these negotiations fall through, then it will be great news for Barcelona, who will be ready to sign him in the summer when he becomes a free agent. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Memphis Depay is not closing the door on a possible exit from Barcelona during this winter transfer market. Now, even though Xavi has said that he doesn't want to lose any players during this transfer market, especially since Barcelona are not going to be making any signings due to the financial fair play rules, Memphis Depay is considering a possible exit because he knows that he's not going to be getting much playing time with the presence of Robert Lewandowski on the squad. Now, there are several teams in the Premier League who are interested in signing Memphis Depay, including Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle. And even though Memphis Depay is not the #1 option for many of these clubs, there aren't many attackers right now on the market, so this can change with every passing day. Now, Memphis Depay and his camp have been quiet so far, but it's being reported that they will have a meeting in January in order to analyze the situation, and a possible exit could be in the future for the Dutch forward. Now, one thing to consider, of course, is that Depay does want to leave Barcelona as a free agent. However, Barcelona are not willing to allow him to leave for free because they want to cash in on his 20 million euro market value. So we're going to have to see whether Depay does decide to leave, and if he does, whether Barcelona are going to be willing to let him leave for free. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.